Testing, 1, 2, 3. A little louder. Well, you can.
Well, that would be the right level, but
Yeah.
will it go down like that?
Yeah, it's okay with me. Oh, it's okay with me.
Okay, great.
That's okay with me. We're doing good, 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 good. Good, good, good.
and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized quickly when I knew I should, this world was made up of the brotherhood of man, for whatever that means. So I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just to get it all out what's in my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. So I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said,
Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on?
and I try. Oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution, and I pray. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day for a revolution. So I wait sometimes when I'm lying in bed, just to get it all out what's in my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. So I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs.
What's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on?
In the morning, I step outside, I take a deep breath, and I get real high.
I said, hey, what's going on? And I said,
I wake in the morning, I step outside, I take a deep breath, and I get real high.
I said, hey, what's going on?
67 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope to a destination. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Cool. We're reeling ourselves in up here. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A lovely spring day. Week before Easter, so we're all getting prepared for that. In case you haven't got a palm yet, I think you'll probably need a palm sometime. Anyway, we're Bright Matter with Supernova Sunday today. We got Roshana and Leslie Land, and Andre's back there. Rosale's back there. We have a guest reverend from Greensboro who's going to sing us a song at one point today. And we have a congregant member who's going to sing the last sing-along dance. I guess it's about time to say how grateful we are. So I think we should say grateful. Ready? 3. Everyone says grateful. 2, 3. I'm so
Grateful.
2, 3. I'm so grateful. 2, 3. So grateful. I want to say I'm grateful. So grateful. Let me hear you say grateful. So grateful. Makes you want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Stand up if you can and say thank you. Here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This joyful, this joyful, this joyful day. This joyful, this joyful, this joyful day. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Woo! Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Oh, what a wonderful way to start a day, and what a glorious day it is. I am so grateful for all of this. I am so grateful for all of you. I am so grateful to be here and to open my throat as I open my heart, and as we open our consciousness, and as we allow that spirit of love and joy and well-being to just float over us and permeate our entire self. You ready for that today? All right. You're in the right place then. We want to say hello to those of you joining online, YouTube or Facebook. Hello, we're waving at you. We see you. If you want to just say hello in the chat, then we feel like we're connected. So I am Reverend Victoria Loveland-Coen, and to my left is the wonderful Reverend Pat Webster, who will be anchoring us in meditation and spiritual consciousness. So in this moment, I just invite you to take a breath, and as Pat lights the Divine Light candle, let's just be with that element of fire for a moment. You don't need to do that, just press this one. Yeah, it's like one of those. Yeah, you got it. Thanks. They're all different, but it works, and there it is. Let there be fire. All right, so let's just take a breath together. And from this place, I invite you to say our opening invocation, which is right up here. Together, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. Take a breath. Allow that awareness of the presence of the divine to be fully known, be fully experienced in your body, in your mind, in your heart, that possibility of infinite good that is just waiting for us to enter, inviting us to enter. And we do it now as we say together, and so it is. Thank you. All right.
trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender, I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. So we take a deep breath. Surrendering, falling into those ever-present arms of love. And as we do that, feeling the safety and the love and the comfort, we can release anything on our exhale that stands between us and resting comfortably in those arms of love. And we are so grateful as we rest in those arms to be here today on Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday, that Sunday that Jesus rode in a moment of celebration. He was known throughout the land, and many believed and knew he was the Messiah. And it was a time of celebration, and they did palm leaves before him like they did for soldiers coming home from war. And yet Jesus wore no armor, and he rode no horse. Instead, he rode a donkey, reminding us that even in our jubilant, celebratory times, to stay humble, to stay rooted to the earth, to stay humble on that donkey. And unlike us in many of our celebratory times, Jesus also knew in that celebratory time that he had something really hard coming up. That crucifixion. That crucifixion. Metaphysically, that crucifixion means at least a couple of things. Some metaphysical interpretations say that it is where ego's desire to drive the bus is crucified. Some other metaphysical interpretations say that it is ego's attempt to kill love. And yet, the story shows us that in the end, love wins. In the end, love wins. How important that is to remember in these times of national and global darkness. Love wins. Love wins. And in our own lives, when we go from times of feeling so happy and celebratory and grateful for our lives, you know, we don't know, but sometimes we go from there into a dark time. Many of the world's spiritual traditions also talk about the importance of going into the underworld, into the grave for a while. So we take all these things into our meditation, into our time of silence, beginning now. And knowing what you know, still seated in that sacred ground as we are here collectively into that which gives it so much more power. Speak softly aloud the names of those who need our special prayers today, individuals, collective peoples. Speak those softly out loud. Donald Trump, Ural, people of Iran, people of Israel. And we focus our love and energy now on the prayers inside our prayer request box. People of our community and from outside of our community have placed prayer requests here. And we know that all the power they need to navigate the challenges of our human life, the way we were shown to do by Jesus, as he connected with the divine. Challenges of abundance, remembering that infinite abundance is ours. Challenges of health, knowing that infinite health and full health and wholeness is ours by virtue of our divinity. Relationship challenges, knowing that love is the ultimate relationship healer. And remembering that our prayer team prays over these prayers for a month. We send our energy and our love and our knowing of strength to all the requests, the people who've made requests in this box. And slowly bringing your energy back into present time and space. When you're ready, you may want to stretch a little, being mindful of your neighbor, and wiggle your toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes slowly. And as you do, make eye contact with at least two divine beings, knowing that you are also seen as divine. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we're ready for music, right?
Okay, good morning again. So I learned two things this week. One is I've got to read carefully. Somehow I got the word strength into the meaning, into the title of the message today, and it's not strength, it's hope. Okay, so somehow I got those two verbs or adjectives, whatever they are, confused. But then I also found if you Google hope and strength for song titles, you get a bunch of Katy Perry songs, and What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger by Kelly Clarkson. And it goes on, and then you have to scroll down a ways, and then I finally ran into, oh, there's something we can, so I ran into a Neil Young song, and then we ran into a Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell song. So this is my decision-making process, is how it was. I Googled that. Then I said to myself, and this is what I learned, let's put it into Copilot and see what AI comes up with. And you know what? It's miraculously the same. They only had the inverted order. Firework came first for Katy Perry, and then Kelly Clarkson. That's the difference between Google and AI right there. Anyway, this is a lovely song, and we have Roshana playing a lovely violin part on this. And if you know the words, sing along. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and... I've been a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions I never give that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And
multi-talented Roshana over there. Woohoo! That's the first time I've heard the violin. Yeah. Oh, lovely, lovely. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. It's Palm Sunday. And this is your little palm. Okay, so when I was creating this, when I was cutting it out at home, you know, I'm drawing it and cutting it out. My husband comes in and he says, "Why are you making Christmas trees in the middle of March?" And I'm like, "It doesn't look like a Christmas tree, does it? It looks like a Christmas tree." So I'm like, turn it upside down, it's a palm. Yeah, there we go. So hold on to that because we will be doing a little exercise with that in a little bit. So on Palm Sunday, as Pat already shared, you know, this traditional story has it that Jesus enters Jerusalem riding on a donkey, the donkey that he has requested, right? And the crowd is gathering, and they're waving their palms, shouting, "Hosanna," which literally means, "Please save me." And then they lay the palms down, you know, on the ground for Yeshua to ride into Jerusalem on the back of a donkey. So here in Unity, we look at biblical stories metaphorically, metaphysically. So from that perspective, you know, this whole idea of this story, this event, is not something that happened long ago. It, for us, is about consciousness. It's always about shifting and opening consciousness. And this in particular is helping us to enter a new consciousness. A consciousness of activated hope. Now, hope is something that we could all use a little more of today, right? So let's look at this and see how it can work for us when we talk about activated hope. Because when we think of hope, you know, hope by itself, we generally think of something that is a little weak. It's pretty weak. It's kind of like wishful thinking, right? Oh, I hope things get better. Oh, I hope this thing works out. Oh, I hope we reach our fundraising goal. I hope the wars in the Middle East will end soon. So it feels kind of powerless, like, you know, wishful thinking, right? But activated hope is really something different. Because activated hope requires a combination of specific qualities to achieve. So let's go back to the original story of the palms and the idea that, you know, Charles Fillmore, who is the co-founder of Unity, saw it as let's see, and I think I have a slide for that. He said it's the physical representation of unlimited resource of strength. The palm is the physical representation of an unlimited source of strength. So you're not wrong, Chris, because strength is part of this whole thing. Strength is the power. No, yeah, right. Strength is a power that we have been focusing on all month, right? Particularly in conjunction with the Brene Brown study, you know, courage and bravery, braving the wilderness. And so I don't know if you've noticed, but this year we're actually taking each one of the 12 powers and focusing on it each month. So do you remember the power that we were focusing on the month of February? Love. February is the month of love. Yeah. And January, do you remember? It's faith. The power of faith, because we were talking about vision and possibility. So we're talking about the power of faith, right? Okay. So activated hope requires this exact combination of powers. when we flex and exercise these spiritual muscles of faith and love and strength, we have activated faith. We have activated faith. And so that really helps us. And the next slide, it gives hope a backbone, grounds it firmly in the soil of faith, and sends it off on the wings with the power of love. Right? This is activated hope. Activated hope. And so let's look at each of these powers a little more fully to see what we're really talking about. So the power of faith is the power to recognize that a joyous, fulfilling, meaningful, and abundant life is our true nature. That is our true divine nature. I mean, if there is only one power and presence in the universe, whose center is everywhere and whose circumference is nowhere, and if we are created in the image and likeness, in other words, if we are expressions of that one divine light, then all of what God is, all of what it is, we are. All of those qualities that are true of the universe are true of us right now. Not when we become spiritual masters, but right now, this is the truth of all of us. Now, I know it's easier to know that when we're sitting in a beautiful vibration in this collective positive energy here on Sunday. Right? Or maybe when we're having a lovely lunch with a good friend, or we're walking in the woods this time of year on a beautiful day with the leaves, those bright green leaves that are just blossoming, and the fragrance of the flowers. It's easier to know your oneness with the whole. But can you know it in the midst of an argument? Can you know it when your bank account balance is low and the price of everything is going higher? Can you know it when your children are in trouble? Can you know it if your doctor gives you a challenging diagnosis? Can you know it, if you're paying attention to what's happening in the world? Or do we stay gripped with fear and a feeling of powerlessness? Well, this is where the power of faith comes in. This is when we want to exercise that power of faith that helps us to see beyond, see it from a higher perspective. See the temporary situation from a higher perspective so that we don't get trapped into a temporary condition. And that we can see, step back and see a larger vision of it. So Charles Fillmore, these 12 powers, for those of you who may be new, they are basically centers, specific qualities of our spiritual growth. And kind of like chakras, they correlate to different areas of our physical body. So the power of faith, he has located in the center of our brain, in that specifically the pineal gland, which is tiny. But a lot of ancient wisdom traditions have thought that that's our connection, our mystical connection with the whole. So, right, that sort of tracks. And so, when we exercise that power of faith, that helps us realign ourselves with what we know, with the spiritual truth of ourself. And it helps us to see beyond the appearance of lack, limitation, difficulty, and then we can lay hold of a divine idea We can see it. We can feel it. We can embrace this divine idea even if we don't see any evidence of it in the world. The only evidence is the one inside of us, in our inner mind. The assurance of things hoped for. The evidence of things not seen. That's where it is, right? And it's kind of like the birds who sing before dawn. You know, when they switched the time so that, you know, we've sprung forward. Those of us who get up early, it's like you're getting up it feels like the middle of the night. You know, it's still dark. In the beginning, it didn't get light until 7:30. So if you get up at 6, you got a good hour or so where it's still dark. And invariably, I would get up and I hear the birds singing. And I think, wait a second, for you, you're not looking at a clock. For you, it probably feels like the middle of the night. And I feel like the birds are saying to me, oh, you don't know. I know. Dawn is right around the corner. Dawn is just a breath away. So that's the consciousness that we want to enter. Singing and celebrating, right? Singing and celebrating before we actually see it manifest. That's the consciousness that we're talking about. All right, so now here's the part of the exercise. Everybody has a palm front, and so on your palm front, and if you don't, raise your hand. And then you should have a pen in the seat back in front of you. So on the right-hand side, this right branch that comes out, we're going to write the word faith on it. On that side. And on the opposite side, we're going to say a little thing of what faith is. So to remind us, to see beyond appearances. To see beyond appearances. Right, okay. It's also, you won't be able to read my writing, so it is up on the screen there. Okay, so on the bottom here, at the base, right, the base of this, we have faith, see beyond appearances. Okay. Now, in February, again, we explored the power of love. Not the emotion of love, the power, the energy, that ultimate power of love from which all things are created. Like all of creation is created out of and by love. It is the essence of everything. It is the essence of all of us. The essence of all of us is love. And you know, when we are in the energy of love, when we are doing something that we love, we tend to be pretty good at it because we're bringing ourselves into vibrational alignment with it, right? So one of the aspects of love is a power to magnetize. It is the drawing power of our energy field. It's the drawing power of our energy field. So when we open to that power of love that is already within us, and we feel it and we sense it, we get into the feeling tone of it, and then from that place, we see our vision. We imagine our vision. We are literally drawing it to us because we become aligned with it. We come into vibrational alignment with it. This is how that magnetizing power of love works. All right, so on your second tier up, write the word love. And on the left, magnetizing vibration. Okay. And now this month, we're focused on the power of strength, which is the power to accomplish, to hold fast to our vision, to do what you say you'll do. Remember, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that strength is that power that we exercise to do what we say we'll do, to follow through, to step out into action boldly, bravely, right? To follow through, to persist until the good is realized. That's our power of strength. Okay, so what are we writing on the third level? Strength. All right. Strength. Take action, persist. To persist. Okay. So when you put all of these powers together, right, you realize that activated hope is not wishing. It's not waiting. It is consciously co-creating. It's not wishing, it's consciously co-creating. We are giving birth to that higher possibility that is seeking to emerge through and as us from this fertile ground that has been fortified by these powers of faith and love and strength. Dynamic powers, right? It's being fortified with this, and therefore it can begin to grow. So that allows us, activated faith, let's go to the next one, helps us to move from a sort of, I wish, right? I wish, to I am anchored in faith. I can see beyond current circumstances. I see my good realized. It helps us to move from this kind of feeling of maybe, an attitude of, well, maybe, to, oh, the power of love draws my good to me because I'm in alignment with it. It helps us move from someday my prince will come, right? To centered in strength, I step into action today. Centered in strength, I step into action today. Okay, so now on your palm frond, you see the center that goes up to the top frond. On this part right here, and you might want to turn it to the side to write on it like this, I want you to write your highest vision, your heart's desire. Again, what is calling you? What is calling to emerge through and as you in this season? What higher expression of life do you truly desire? So take a moment to think about that and write it in this space. And now this is for you. I just want to be clear. This is for you. Next week, we're going to come together and learn how all of these pieces work together on a more universal level. But this is for you. And you know what? You're important. So this is for you. So we're writing that right there. take another moment and finish up what you're writing there. Okay. So again, look at this whole thing together. So do you see how your vision, what you've written here, your highest desire, which you may have previously thought of as a wish, can now be realized because it is supported by these dynamic powers of faith, love, and strength. And if you want to close your eyes for a minute and just feel and think and get a sense of how that can be, bring to mind right now the thing that you're focused on. See it in your mind's eye and ask yourself, how does the power of faith support my vision? How does the power of love support the realization of this heart's desire? How can I put that to use? How does the power of strength support the realization? Remember, to persist, to take action. How, in what way is that supporting the realization of this? All right. We're going to do a little exercise with this so you can see kind of how it works in a specific example at a different part of the service. Okay, so this really is the foundation for all of our dreams, personal or collective, whether we have realized it or not. So let's realize it. Let's become conscious, right? So we can do it consciously. And then this, metaphorically, is the foundation that we lay down in order for our highest possibility to grow, in order for that divine idea to grow, to walk humbly upon, as Pat was also sharing in the meditation. This idea of humility, is definitely part of that story. He chose to ride in on a donkey, rather than a war horse, basically with a message of, I'm not here to be a king. I'm not here to be the warrior to save you from the Romans. I am here as a humble servant. So again, as we interpret that for us, where does that humility come in this practice, right? So that consciousness, a shift in consciousness. So rather than the ego-based, look what I can manifest, look what I can manipulate in the world to get what I want, it's more of hey, I'm noticing that this works when I bring myself into spiritual alignment. And I work with these tools that we all have. These tools that we all have. When I work with them, I notice it works. I notice that this is how the world works. And I am learning to be in harmony with it, to work in harmony with it. And I want to share that, right? I want to share the good. I want to share that. Let's all, in fact, do it. Because honestly, a world comprised of fulfilled, joyous, loving, peaceful people create a world that is joyous, loving, and peaceful, right? So we share these ideas too. We share the good. Okay, so keep this as a visual aid and refer to it often, what it takes, right? This is what it takes, and practice it. We work with it. We practice it over and over. It definitely is a practice. So, okay, so this is our affirmation. I think at the end here, let's just take a moment and look at that. Take a deep breath, and together, I activate hope through my combined powers of faith, love, and strength. And so it is. All right. Thank you.
So in the spirit of consciously co-creating, I got an email about the middle of the week, and it was there's a minister from Greensboro coming to visit us. Can we put him into the service? And I'm like, it's Supernova Sunday. And then I listened to about 4 bars of him singing, and I said, yeah, we're just going to give him an opportunity to come up and share his voice. So this is Wally White. He's the Reverend at the Unity in Greensboro.
Good morning, or maybe afternoon now. I don't know. I didn't look. Hello, everyone. So this song that I'm going to sing, because we went through various things, and we landed on a song called Breathe. And, if we were a people who stopped at the surface level of what information we got out of the words, this seems like off from what we would teach in Unity, because in the chorus of it, it talks about feeling desperate for or feeling lost without. And that on its own, it's like, no, we teach there's no lack or limitation. But when you go to a deeper level of understanding the capital T truth, that when I'm feeling these things, let me stop and remind myself of whose and what I am and the truth of that. And so I invite you to have that journey for yourself as we sing this song. This is the air I breathe. This is the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me. This is my daily bread. This is my daily bread. Your very word spoken to me, and I'm desperate for you and me, and I'm lost without you and me. This is the air I breathe. This is the air I breathe. Your holy presence living is my daily bread. This is my daily bread. Your very word spoken to me, and I'm desperate for you in me, and I'm lost without you in me, and I'm desperate for you in me, and I'm lost without you in me, and I'm desperate for you in me, and I'm lost without you in me. In me.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Wally. Thank you. God, that was so beautiful and heartfelt, and I think all of our hearts are opened here. Okay, so I told you I would do a little example of how this idea works with something. So I want to share it for the offering. We're about to do a sharing of our gifts. And how can we as a community and we as individuals think about this by using all three of these powers, okay? So the power of faith is the power to see beyond appearances. Now, it doesn't mean that you're denying the appearance, right? You're not denying it. We're looking at it. So, you know, the board and I are looking at the income and expenses, and we're working with that. We're noticing that last month we've kind of been in the red. You know, so that is a fact, right? We're not going to deny it, but what we're going to do is activate that power of faith and say, I know that there is an infinite, limitless flow of good that is at work in my life and all of our lives right now. That we are expressions of that power of plenty, and there is an all-sufficiency for all of our needs, all of us, and this community. So I am staying centered in that awareness. That's the faith, okay? Now the love is, I love every single dollar that comes into our community because I know it represents an abundance of love. People opening their heart and saying, I love this community. I love what you're doing here. I want to support this and love. And here is what I'm sharing. And I love each and every one of you. And I love the fact that you are here and you open your hearts. So we connect with that energy of love, right? And the power of strength. How does the power of strength work? Well, there's the inner strength of constantly coming back to the truth, even when we, see evidence of the contrary. Our strength is moving back into truth. Sometimes, we gotta force ourselves there. And also the strength of taking action. What are we doing? We're doing a fundraiser. We're, offering classes. We do this and that to sort of support, financially this community, right? So do you see how three of those working together support the realization of being in a prosperous, well-funded community? Okay, good. Now, from that awareness, let's say together our vision and mission statement. Take a breath. Together, our vision. We envision the divine light awakening in all. Our mission, we center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. Okay, that's the vision. That's the vision we're supporting. And many different ways that you can do this, of course, is if, there's a QR code, Venmo, text to give, do it on our website. If you're doing it digitally, you might want to symbolically say, I'm doing that by putting the blue card in the bowl. Or you can do an envelope too for cash. And if you are signed up as a conscious sustainer, which says I am committed to a regular, you're signed up to be a regular sustainer giver, then that's the green card. So whatever it is that represents your gift today, please hold it in your hand, place it to your heart, and let's say our offering affirmation together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And so it is. Mel, are you our prayer partner today? Prayer partner today? Lorraine. Please come up, Lorraine. Oh, okay. All right. Well, when you'll send it from your chair. Okay. All right. Oh, the power of love is here now.
The power of love is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. Magic on earth, the power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
All right, thank you. And now I have Lorraine here, who is our prayer partner, sending her prayerful energy as we do together. And I invite you to just feel that energy moving through your heart and out through your hands as we bless these gifts, knowing that indeed this is love. This is love made manifest, and it grows. It blesses this community, beyond this community, and returns to the giver, pressed down, multiplied, and running over. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is. Thank you. Okay. And here is our prayer request box that Lorraine is taking out to the foyer. So if you would like a prayer prayed for, on Sunday and by the prayer team all month, then please do fill out a request and place it in the box. All right, thank you. And Pat, come on up.
So we want to welcome our first-time guests. If you're here for the first time, would you be willing to raise your hand? Welcome. Welcome, 2 new first-timers. Yay! Yay! And our ushers, our greeters have packets to give to you. You can fill some things out. We would love for you to do that. Now, is anybody here for the second time? Will you raise your hand? We have a special gift. Any second timers? Okay, okay, good. We're grateful for what we got. Our flower angels, did you take those with your papers by any chance? They were up here. I'm not finding them. They're Jamie and Ellen Cohen, and they talk about gratitude for the UCP community. And yeah, in appreciation of the love, friendship, support, and inspiration shared with our UCP family, we offer, look at those flowers, so beautiful. We offer these flowers with grateful hearts. Palms. And one more thing just to top off, or in conjunction with Reverend Victoria's wonderful message, I want you to know that last week the Unity Social Justice Ministry broadcast was on being stars, radiating hope in dark times, because the best time to see the stars are on the darkest night. And those are archived. You can find them on the UCP website. All of our past broadcasts, that was the 3rd. And I just want to remind you of that as well. We have music one more time.
Thank you, Ellen.
All right, we have a very special guest. Lynn Coe is going to lead us through this next song. Another song about strength.
And if you know this song, and I hope you do, please sing along. I hope you do. It's a good one.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hey, listen, baby. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. The day I set you free, I told you you could always count on me. From that day on, I made a vow, I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
Oh, no, darling.
No wind, no rain, no winter storm can stop me, baby. 'Cause you are my goal. Down deep in my heart, even though we're miles apart.
Need me a helping hand, I'll be there on the double just as fast as I can.
Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough,
go.
Woohoo, Lynn! Yay, that was fun. Okay, lovely. Well, we have a lot of talent in this community, I have to say. And we have some talent, some poetry talent right now. So before we go into the announcements, I want to invite David Glass to come up, use this microphone, and share a little bit. Okay.
Hello. Is this on? Right on the theme of hope, there happens to be a poem by Emily Dickinson centered on that theme. It's quite famous, and some collections of her poems are titled this poem. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that can abash this little bird that keeps so many warm. There's more. I've heard her in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity has asked a crumb of me.
Thank you, David. Oh, thank you. So much talent. All right. Okay. All right. So we have lots of things going on today and continuing through the week. I'm going to share some of them, but to get more details, please go to our website, unitychapelhill.org, and you'll get the details about that. So the We've Got Your Back team, what a wonderful team this is. It's really supporting people who, need some emergency care, just, have an emergency, you got back from the hospital or something, who need to be supported. Wonderful team. And the point person for today is Joy Bell. Is Joy here today? For April. Yeah. Okay, April's next week. Okay. All right. We're announcing it today. So, when we're in April, we'll go to Joy. Okay, so, and the Pick a Party fundraiser that was supposed to be today actually has been postponed to a future date. That was what David was sharing, was one of the poems that we were going to do, but there were so many things, so many events happening this weekend that we decided it might work better at a different time of year, so look forward to that at a different time. And thank you, David, for doing all that you did for that. Bring the poems back. Hold on to them. Right. Okay. So, yes. And the Unity Social Justice broadcast is happening today, right? It's the fourth Sunday online service at 3 o'clock this afternoon. There is a link to it from our website, or you can go to unitysocialjustice.org and find the link to join the broadcast. And oh, okay. Yeah.
We did it instead of the first Sunday because next Sunday's Easter.
Oh, right. But today, it's on today?
Yeah, it is.
It's on today at 3 o'clock. Okay, so join them, and then there's a Zoom meeting afterwards where you have an opportunity to discuss the ideas and share things that you can do for social justice together. Thank you, Pat. All right. Easter activities. Ooh, Easter's next week. Yes, we've got some fun stuff. We're playing in that Garden of the Soul. We've got the youth and family choir that's going to get up and sing, and they've got something really fun planned. And we're going to do, like we did last year, the Easter attire contest. So get into your closet, grab out some fun stuff. This is men as well as women. A fun hat, an Easter hat, something that you really have fun wearing. And we're going to do a little contest, all right? That's next week. And, of course, the Easter egg hunt. Shh, because the children are back there. But there may be an Easter egg hunt next week. All right, and the Kirtan, Saturday, April 5th, from 4 to 8. This is a family-friendly event. How many of you attended the Kirtan Festival last year? Okay, well, those of you who didn't, you have to come. It's really a magical, magical, magical experience. And hopefully it will take place in the outdoor sacred spaces because we put on lights and there's this beautiful music and chanting and singing, and it's very well attended. I think
That's the correct date, because you had a previous slide that had a different date on it.
April 25th. Yes. Okay, April 25th. I think they're still looking for people to volunteer to help cars park. So if you are willing to do that, please speak to Irina, who's helping organize this. Okay, all right, and we're announcing this a little early because I want you to think about this and put it in your bonnet and maybe begin to plan. This is a pick-a party, which is our fundraising events that are sponsored by congregants. And this is the lovely Graffaninos, Carmelo and Sharon. And they now live full-time up in the mountains in Boone. And they have this gorgeous place. They are hosting this retreat, which if you've ever been there, it's just a fabulous, they've got their grounds that are all sacred, and they have beautiful activities planned for the week, Friday to Monday. I think there's only 4 more people that can attend because there's a space issue. So if you're even thinking about it, either come speak to me or register online. Okay, so Unity Blooms is our current fundraiser. Laura or Joe, would you like to come up and share a little bit about? Just a little bit. Okay.
So, decades ago, somebody told me, all is good, all is God. Made sense to me. But it's hard to apply it, so I'm going to try to do that with cancer and taxes. Okay. So some of you know I was diagnosed with a secondary cancer, I don't know, a month or 2 ago, had surgery 3 weeks ago. That's why I talk funny, it was on my tongue. And this applies to Unity because I just know I've received a ton of support and a ton of prayers. And would have received more had I told people, but even still, word got out. And that brings me to something else that happened because of the cancer, which is I didn't know how it was going to turn out, so I did my taxes before I went in. I didn't want to leave them to Laura.
Take care of business.
And I was shocked when I did the taxes because we used the standard deduction. And we were given an extra $14,000 in our standard deduction. That's $1,000 per person, plus $6,000 per person if you're over 65. That resulted in us for a windfall of $3,000. Which brings me back to Unity Blooms. This is a wonderful community. It's absolutely wonderful, but it needs some things. We need a better driveway. We need air conditioning for the kids who are downstairs in the daycare. I personally think we need access doors here. That's questionable. But we need stuff to make this community thrive. So Laura and I are given that windfall, to Unity Blooms. It's such a wonderful community. We want to support it. We hope others will too. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe, thank you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So we need to fill in that daffodil in the stem of the daffodil that's in the foyer. You see that huge daffodil there that Ellen helped to create. We're going to have to fill that in because we have already reached one of the projects. So, yes, as of today, we have reached one of the projects. So, thank you so much for everybody who has stepped up. And an invitation again, look at your tax return, see if there's a possibility there. Thank you. Okay. And Leah tells me that I skipped over the video. She created this really amazing Easter video. Let's share that now. It's less than a minute. What's the content? Lovely. Isn't that fabulous? Thank you, Leah. I just love that. I love that. So it's going out everywhere. And can people take that and maybe share it to their friend group on Facebook? Yeah, okay, terrific. You might want to get here early because there may be a limitation of seats, so make sure you're here early. Okay, Sacred Cafe is a wonderful fellowship opportunity, our opportunity to get to know you and you to get to know us in a really relaxed way. I think we're doing it outdoors, are we? Out on the deck? Seems like a good day. Okay, after the service, Deeper Dive is happening today. The last room on the right, facilitated by Frank. Yeah, okay, thank you, Frank, for doing that. And if you want to join that discussion, very rich discussion, you might want to just grab a cup of coffee and a snack and go back in there and enjoy that. The 3-minute miracle is what we call this. The miracle is the shift in consciousness. We're talking about the miracle of a shift in consciousness and what that can create in our lives. So it's an opportunity to sit with somebody who's trained in affirmative prayer and can help you use those powers within you to see and embody the higher potential. So it is Lorraine today. Thank you, Lorraine. And for those of you joining us online, if you would like to request a prayer, send an email to prayer@unitychapelhill.org with your name and your phone number, and someone will call you back. All right, I see some kids there, so let's sing them in.
I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. The health of God, the strength of God, my God, the energy beam of God. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am.
Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Cool, great, thanks. So we finished the power of strength today by me teaching the older kids my version of push hands from Tai Chi, right? So you have to be rooted, you have to be grounded, and you have to find the strength of all the different systems, including the chakras, the gut, and then the cardiovascular system and the bones, to be able to kind of push the other person. Kind of, we had fun, and they pushed me around a little bit. I didn't push them around. So yeah, and then the last thing I left them with was like, by going deeper into our own physiological and understanding the mind or the body and how the strengths are, we have more power, more strength to persevere and to keep going. And we have more choices. So that's hopefully the message they'll get in 20 years. Big thanks to Kai for helping out. Big thanks to Mary and her husband who followed up from last week's sourdough bread and brought in some, so we shared a bread together. We broke bread together. And that's it.
And the children everywhere with our blessing. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. And we behold the Christ in you. Mwah. All right. All right, everyone stand. Take a hand and let's say our prayer of protection with I am statements. And then sing our peace song together. All right, I'll go here. Let's take a deep breath together. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Hi, it's Reverend Victoria here. I'm at Unity Center of Peace with our house band, Bright Matter.
Hello.
Yeah, and if this video has inspired you or empowered you or opened your heart, opened your consciousness, or even just given you hope, we ask that you support what we're doing here by making a donation today, going to unitychapelhill.org or clicking the link below. And we thank you.
Thank
Thank you.